The movement must continue. See, we let it go to sleep. This movement's got to be woke up again.
Lounite has come back from our long sabbatical, and as you can tell, we have a new host. It's your girl, Farron Kia, the owner, CEO, and founder of Love Thy Belly LLC, the only body positive organization in the city of Louisville committed to the representation of fat and large bodies in multimedia forms. And what better place to show you all exactly what that looks like than here at the Plug Network on Lounite. Today, I have a very special guest with me, entrepreneur Brittiney Griffin. Hey, Brittiney.
Hello, hello. How are you doing today, Farron?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great as usual.
Well, Brittiney, you know, I'm so glad that you came on the show with us today. And did you know you were going to be our first guest coming back?
I absolutely did not. So this is definitely a surprise. But you know, I'm up for the challenge.
Absolutely. And what better way to come back to the city and let you all know what's been going on and what we've been doing than to have multi-mogul, multimedia entrepreneur Brittiney Griffin with us today. As you all know, we just recently celebrated the Kentucky Derby. And as you know, the Plug Network definitely got to have their foot in the door there. So make sure that if you haven't, check out all the footage that the Plug Network was able to get of the Kentucky Derby on any of our social media sites. And I'll tell you all more about that later and where to find everything. So Brittiney, I brought you on the show because Lounite is about all of the community endeavors we have here in the city. And you are one of those people that we have that have so many different entrepreneur activities that you do, your hands in this, your hands in that, all of these hats that you wear, but all of them mean that you're committed to service and you're committed to the city of Louisville. So we would love for you to tell us a little bit about what it is that you do and why you're passionate about what you do.
Oh, absolutely, Farron. Yes, the many hats that I wear, they are not easy hats to wear, but you know, we gotta wear the hat when we need it. Let's see, I don't even know where to begin. So I have been in community service pretty much all my life. And a lot of times it's still, not a lot of times, but it stems from me being in poverty when I was younger, right? So given the background of my background and applying it to current is essential. That give back factor to me is everything. With that, you know, I was the fundraiser coordinator for Change Today, Change Tomorrow. Those are my peoples. I love them over there. I've also hooked up with several different nonprofits. So Inside the Lines with Anthony Richardson, that is a great organization right there. I just really love giving back to my community. I've done a lot of small business things when it comes to I don't even know where to begin. We had I've done, of course, small business workshops. I've done what are my groups called? My what are those groups that I used to? I used to have.
Now, to my knowledge, you've done small business workshops, and you've also done a lot of things to connect different people all over the city. Single people, young people, people with no entrepreneur background, people with a lot of entrepreneur background. You've done a lot of community connection.
Absolutely. Support groups, you name it. And the reason being is because I do believe in the betterment of our people, and whatever position that I'm in, I feel like that it should be able to ignite our people. Okay. And then also too, I am the general manager at Crunch Fitness. And even with that, I still have to give back to my community. What that looks like is my small business people come on up here, cop you a spot and sell your stuff up here at the gym. Like, I always try to find an outlet as to where I can come and invite you guys, and where you guys can make lucrative money, profits, whatever the case may be, uniting our people and making sure they come together as one, and or giving them the tools and the essentials that they need to become better at their skill, at their day-to-day life, is everything to me. And it's the one on Dixie Highway. So you got to remember that one too, because I'm not all of them, but I am on Dixie Highway. But Also too, like bringing people together is not the easiest task to do, of course, you know. However, when they are together, it's like magic happens, you know. Whether friend or foe, we come in here and we get it in, you know. And if you're willing to work and put in the due diligence to make sure that you're successful and whatever it is, whether it be kids, because I had a kids workshop and the kids actually they did things, you know, putting things together, and the kids support group where they supported each other mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, talk about things that happen at school and how they can help one another. You know, these are things that we take for granted, but they are necessities, right? And oftentimes we forget about the needs of our kids because we're very consumed by our day-to-day lives. And then all of a sudden, when kids do wrong, we like, well, where did we go wrong at, right? And it's just like, it's not that you went wrong, it's just that we didn't have that capacity to actually pay attention to what was going on. So I'm that person that's going to pay attention to not only your kid, but my kid too.
Real community driven, village style.
Absolutely.
So with all of the
Absolutely.
endeavors and all of the community work that you do, and you seem like you've worked with a lot of different demographics of people, what would you say that the different demographics, what would you say working with them, the different challenges and rewards with each demographic that you work with?
The demographics, let's talk about age-based, right? That age base, one of the things is I'll chop them up into three. We have our adults, we have our adolescents, teenage years, and then we have our kiddos, you know. The texture and the times that we're in, oh my God. Like my older folks, people my age and older, us trying to communicate with these people and these people, it's like night and day. The times have definitely changed. However, bridging that gap as to where you can understand each other and communicate each other and understand that this person isn't difficult and they do want things out of life. They just want it differently and they have a different way of getting it, you know? So bridging that gap is essential, and working with those three different demographics and having them come together as one and to be understanding and to get understood, right? I think that has been very challenging, but very rewarding. And the reward looks like this. I understand you, you understand me, now we can be together. You know, but the struggle of it all is getting that whole communication gap to be fulfilled, right? So understanding that the needs and the wants in which you once needed and wanted is not the same as the other. So what you may seem isn't important is very much so important to this person, especially when it comes to the mental aspect of things, you know. And then I also find that a lot of people, they are more triggered on how their upbringing was and what was acceptable then and how it's different from people now, but they don't really acknowledge it and make sure that there's a greater outcome of it, you know.
So you mentioned a little bit about your passion comes from your own childhood and your own experience. Did you grow up here in Louisville?
Absolutely. I grew up in any project you can name them. I grew up in Iroquois, Cotta Homes. We had the day camp, and we would travel to different areas. So we was in Park Hill, Southwick, you name it. Then after we finished with the projects, we even moved away and was in another project in Cotta and Covington called Jacob Price Homes. That was another project. Came back here, we moved into the west end of Louisville, you know. And then as I got older, went away to college to Northern Kentucky, came back here, and then I've been in Shively ever since. So I've been all over the place. I was a little hood rat. You know, when you meet people from my past, they like, oh, that's little Brittiney. That's little Brittiney from the hood. And people are like, really? And it's just like, yeah, absolutely. But I've never been ashamed of my background. It actually is what ignited the fuel, you know. I really mean it when I say that give back is essential, because I know how it feels to be that person in which you go without, you know, you go without a meal, you go without clothes, you fending for things. And even though being young, and not really realizing what's going on, you're still in that whole frame of mind where your pride is still out there, you know? And I see a lot of that still happening to this day. But until we change our mindsets, then, you know, we will still have that whole impoverished thought, and we don't know what our greatness really looks like, right? So that's one of the things that hindered me when I was younger. So I could put it in comparison. So I have a daughter, Bailey Griffin. She has her own business, Bath Wonderland, been having it since she was 7. I was walking past her room one day, and she was just like staring off in space, just thinking. And I'm like, you know, I back it up. I'm like, are you okay? And she was just like, yeah, I'm just thinking. I was like, well, what are you thinking about? And she was like, you know, I'm gonna be all right when I get older. You know, I have my Bath Wonderland. If I want to go to college, I can go to college. But I already have my business, so I'm gonna be all right. And what I plan to do is travel the world. The thought when I was her age, so she's 11 now, right? The thought when I was her age was, I can't wait to go to school so I can eat, right? You know, I couldn't think past the basics. I couldn't think past of the basic needs of necessity. So that whole driven mindset wasn't there, you know, and once again, you know, I see a lot of that in the people in the community that I serve. So one of the things that I definitely like to do is I like to teach. You're a teacher, you know how it is. And I like to give perspective. And so in a way that they can understand, right? Because I can't come up there talking to you like I'm from Harvard and think that you're going to understand what I'm saying. The dialect is not going to reach you, you know? I'm going to talk to you on your level in layman language so that we can reach something and something for you to take away and apply it to your life, you know?
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that, Brittany. Absolutely. Making sure that the new generation that we have, they're in a position to better themselves, right? From where we started out. We're going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about what it is and how you can be involved in all things in the community of Louisville.
Absolutely.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you, and stay plugged in.
All right, welcome back. Once again, we are on Lounite here at the Plug Network. Lounite is here with Brittiney Griffin, the multimedia, multi-entrepreneur, multi-community person here in Louisville. Brittiney, can you tell us a little bit about some of the specific organizations you're involved in and how other people can be a part of those organizations, whether that be volunteering or what other ways they can assist you all?
Absolutely. I am a great fighter for food justice when it comes to nonprofit Change Today, Change Tomorrow. They have a program called Feed the West, and you guys can, it's 902 South 15th Street, Louisville, Kentucky, 40203. And you guys can volunteer. Y'all can sign up on the Metro United Way. You could give donations there. And this is all for Change Today, Change Tomorrow, and they're fighting in food justice. If you guys want to do some more volunteer work, I have Inside the Lines. That's another one, nonprofit organization that you can definitely donate your time and money to. And this is with the athletics. So the men, if y'all want to get involved, this is another thing too. I have Miracle Aid Lemonade. They have been doing give backs across the community. So far, we have done Park Hill, we have done Smoketown, and we are going to figure out our next move. But you guys can definitely contact me at Brittiney Griffin, BRITTINEY GRIFFIN at gmail.com if you guys are interested in donating to the give back, or whether that looks like items, toiletries, anything monetary, we're all for it. Also, too, if you are a small business owner and you have product, you are able to set up your things here at Crunch on Dixie Highway. You can also email me at BrittineyG@CrunchDixie.com, or you can utilize the other email, but definitely want you guys to get your hands in. What else do I have going on? If you guys need help with setting up, I know a lot of people definitely aren't just entrepreneurs. So I help people with resumes. I help people make things like t-shirts and stuff like that. If you need assistance with help making that kind of stuff for your business or job related, anything, just let me know. And I am definitely a beacon, and I do love giving out free information. So, just utilize me. You have the way to contact me. So I just want everybody to get involved. And if there's anything that I could do that you need, just reach on out.
So you seem like a great resource for all different types of things that someone might need.
I'm a whole one-stop shop.
So you're the Walmart of Louisville Community Resources.
Yep. Absolutely. And then even with the resources and stuff, if there's something that I cannot help you with, I'm pretty sure that I know somebody who can.
All right, Brittiney. Well, thank you so much. We appreciated the time that you spent with us here. And so can you share once more where we can find you, maybe your social medias or anything like that? We have your email addresses, but is there any other way that someone might want to get in contact with you, or if you're sharing flyers or other information about any of the community resources or the organizations that you're involved in?
Absolutely. You can find me I have Facebook, and that's Brittiney Griffin, and be mindful of the spelling, BRITTINEY GRIFFIN. And then I also have an Instagram, is Griffin KY03. And you probably don't want my TikTok, because I really don't be TikToking, but I mean, I can, I can do some of those moves, hit up the robot, I don't know. But you can definitely contact me via social media. And then I think that's pretty much it. So you have my email, you have my social media. I will be having flyers, and let's not forget the things that we've done with Pocket Change, of course, Fern. I'm looking forward to your event as well on the 27th. So absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Brittiney, for the time you took to spend with us today. And once again, if you all want to contact Brittiney, she just listed off all of her social media, and we'll make sure that we list that too when we share this link. But make sure that you check out the Plug Network for all of the new episodes we have coming up. Brittiney, thank you so much. You have a great evening. We appreciate the time.
Thank you, darling.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you, and stay plugged in.
The movement must continue. See, we let it go to sleep. This movement's got to be woke up again.